What are some of your favorite ways to pass the time? What are your favorite activities that you do?
I like to be outdoors. I don't like the heat that much, so I do early morning, late in the evening. After my husband got sick, then he couldn't do the flowers, but I would buy the flowers, he would plant them, and it was like a joint thing. Everything we did was together, except for cooking. I don't want him in my kitchen when I'm cooking.
That's a universal rule.
I say either you are there or I'm there.
Absolutely.
We both can't be in the... But gardening and like little things, I managed all the finances. He never wrote a check.
Wow.
In the morning, Sunday mornings, I'd ask him, "Matha teken joge paise hai ne tuhade kol?" I would, like get change, $5 change, and I would keep it in his drawer. $5 the bill ke ek bhai nu matha dena hai, So, but he was never interested, and so I managed his practice for 28 years.
Wow.
I had a BSc degree in India. I came here, and when I started working in the office, I said, "Mainu te physics, chemistry da pata, mainu accounting da te kuch pata hi nahi hega." Then I went back to community college.
Wow.
And I did associate degree in business.
While raising kids, while setting up the family and the practice.
I took evening classes. I would go work. I did all that, and I finished it.
Wow.
And it was so funny. And my son would say, he was literally say, "Did you get an A today, Mom? Did you get an A?" Because
compare report cards.
I said, "You know what? You have good genes."
You're lucky.
You're lucky you have good genes. Yes, I got an A. I said, "Do you have good genes?" He said, "Yeah, mine are Levi's."
I love that. Parminder Ji, talking to you, it seems you've lived this amazing life without any regret, but I'm sure there must be something. Is there anything that you look back and you wish that you had done differently?
I don't know, because, I believe in God's will. I believe in Pana. I believe in whatever happens is for the best. My father always told us कि बेटा जो हुंदा ना वो तुहाडे भले ਲਈ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਉਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ. Later on you will find out that if things didn't go the way you wanted them to go, that's how it was meant to be. Even when I look at my daughter's divorce and pulling her out of that marriage, she has blossomed.
Yeah.
It's painful. My husband had that regret all his life, till the last day, that maybe that's all we knew.
Yeah.
We didn't want things to go. No parent wants.
Of course.
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੇ ਦਿਮਾਗ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਵੜ ਕੇ ਤੇ ਦੇਖ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦੇ ਨਾ. You look at the family, ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਦੇ ਲੋਕ ਨੇ, ਮਾਂ ਪਿਓ ਚੰਗੇ ਨੇ, lineage is good, ਦਾਦਾ ਪੜਦਾਦਾ ਚੰਗੇ ਸੀ. That's how arranged marriages happened, Even when my mother got married, somebody told my mother, my Nana ji, "Sardar Sahab, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਕੀਤਾ? ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਕੁੜੀ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਟੱਬਰ ਚ ਵਿਆਹ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੈ ਵੱਡੇ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਿਹਦੇ 8 ਭੈਣ ਭਰਾ ਨੇ। ਉਹ ਤੇ ਸਾਰਾ ਦਿਨ ਕੰਮ ਹੀ ਕਰਦੀ ਰਹੇਗੀ। And then partition happened. And my Nana ji said, ਦੇਖੋ ਸਾਡੀ ਕੁੜੀ ਬੜੇ ਚੰਗੇ ਸੰਸਕਾਰਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਪੜ੍ਹੀ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮੇਰੀ ਪੱਗ ਨੂੰ ਕਦੇ ਦਾਗ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗੇਗਾ। And she managed. She managed to take care of everyone. And that's what we've learned. And what another thing I learned was from my mother was, never complain about anyone or never talk about your family. You don't like something? Try to improve it, but don't talk about your relatives. Try to patch things up. Don't find faults with people because we are full of faults ourselves.
Absolutely. That list is endless.
So that's what I tell our children. Beta, you have pain when you have expectations. Don't have any expectations. Now I live alone, and all my friends say, why do you live in this big house? Why don't you go live with your kids? They should come and live. I said, mind your own damn business. I'm very happy. I'm content. And these two dogs came.
Tufan and Bijli.
We always had dogs. But then when my husband retired, he started doing volunteer work in other countries like Uganda, South Africa, China, India. We would go through the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons. So we would spend a month there. They found some work for me, but we had to spend our own money there. But it was a very eye-opening thing to be able to help other people. He was basically training other doctors. So at that time we stopped having dogs because we were traveling. So when he got sick, this is 2020, he got sick in 2021, and then he said, I want a dog. And I didn't say anything. He said, I know you have a lot of work. I'm trying to take care of him, take him to the doctor, do this. His lungs were not, oxygen and this and that. And I said, do you really want a dog? He said, yes. But you know what they had done? They had already colluded, all of them. My grandchildren.
They were all in on it.
Immediately, I said, okay. It's going to be a lot of work for you, but we have a helper and she can help. And immediately he said, he must have called the granddaughter and said, okay, your Dadiji has agreed. So immediately I got a picture with 4 photos of dogs. Which one do you want?
Oh my goodness.
So we picked this guy, Tufan. And everybody's very excited. So my son said, we've told the breeder, she's going to come from Pennsylvania, and we said we want to meet you with the veterinarian's office so that we can get the dog checked over. I get another picture. My granddaughter Hazuri says, Dadiji, what do you think of this dog? I said, Beta, we've already picked a dog. No, not that one. We want to get another one.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Dadiji, they are siblings. He's the only one left, and then it'll be so sad and so mean to separate them.
Emotional blackmail.
I said, okay. So the dogs come. We meet them at the veterinarian. First one we are meeting, wo apne paise puse leke the chali gayi. The second one, the veterinarian puts on the table and is checking the dog and taking a little long. I said, what's wrong? She says, something. You told me there are 2 males, but this one is a female.
Oh my goodness.
I quickly called my husband. He says, no, we can't do that.
Yeah.
We are siblings. We can't have. It's unethical.
Yeah, the male-female thing, yeah.
No. So I called that lady back. She said, I'm already, half an hour. I said, listen, you come back, take your dog back. I talked to the doctor. Doctor said, you have to wait for 6 months for them to be spayed.
Yeah.
So I said, listen, $2,000. The doctor said $1,000 for each dog to be operated. I don't want the dog. You come and take your dog. I can't come back. I have to get back to Pennsylvania. I said, you know what? I'm going to put a stop payment on your check. So she said, okay, I'll return $2,000.
Wow.
Of course, the dogs were much more. So I put the stop payment. I sent her a new check, $2,000 less. So we ended up with Tufan and Bijli.
Wow. They're beautiful dogs.
Yeah, they are. So, and my friends would say, Pammi ji, dhyan rakhyo, you're already, I've had both my knees replaced and, you have to be careful, and lo and behold, one day I had to take him to the doctor's office and I take them out to use the bathroom. and they were on the leash, and I fell. Broke my nose, and my wrist is hurt, and I can't get up because I've had both my knees replaced. You can't kneel with your... I'm calling, I don't have my phone, I don't have anything. I can't get up. The dogs, the poor things, are sitting over there, were puppies. So I slowly crawled and got to the wall. I got up, went inside. My nose is bleeding, and Tejpal quickly puts pressure to stop the bleeding. And I said, you know what, let's clean up. You have a doctor's appointment, let's go. So anyway, we waited till the bleeding stopped. And we went to the doctor. Raah vich na, bleeding shuru ho gayi fir, nak. So I'm driving with one hat, with my nose like that, and get to the doctor's office. So the nurse says, what happened to you? He says, I didn't hit her.
Oh my God.
So she got so mad. What are you doing over here? You need to be in the urgent care. I said, but he had an appointment. I didn't want to miss. He said, you should have just called. Anyway, so he says, okay, we are going to reschedule this appointment. You go to the urgent care. So we went to the urgent care. Oh my God. This wrist, I had to get this fixed and this. So, of course, he was very apologetic. I said, it's not your fault. It was going to happen. But now, my friend, she lives in another state, and she said, you know what? This was meant to be. He knew he was going to leave good company for you.
There you go. Tufan and Bijli.
Yes.
Yeah,
so they are so loving, and they give me a reason to get up every morning, and to take them out. And of course, my housekeeper is very good. She's very helpful. But, and then the garden. I can't resist buying plants, like the paneeri when I go. And then I have a very good guy who comes and plants them for me, because I've had multiple surgeries and all, I can't bend and lift. But they plant, but I can do the watering. I've got 9 fountains. We have to check all the pumps every day, make sure the water is filled and everything. So, my days go by. I don't even have time to turn the TV on.
Wow. It is life well spent, a day well spent when you're out in the garden.
And I like to cook. I love to cook. I love to prepare things.
What's your signature dish that all your grandchildren are like, Dadi yahi banana tusi?
I make besan barfi very well. And hundreds of people have taken the recipe. They still can't match it.
Wow. Oh, then there's a special touch. There must be some special touch, right?
So, I like to cook. I'm not I grew up in a vegetarian home, but my husband liked to eat meat all the time. So I
make
prepared everything.
Wonderful.
So I like cooking desserts. He loved desserts. So I used to cook dessert for him every day. And I like gardening. I like to stay busy. I like decorating. I like, everything I think I buy from Amazon is for the house. If you see my house at night, it is lit because of solar lights. All those lights are solar.
Gee.
It's like...
Wow. Parminder Ji, talking with you has been such a wonderful experience. Thank you so much for taking the time and sharing some wisdom with us.
Well, no wisdom, it's all jada insaan hunda na. ਮੇਰੇ ਫਾਦਰ ਨਾ ਹਰ ਇੱਕ ਚੀਜ਼ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ ਨਾ ਉਹ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਦੀ ਤੁਕ ਨਾਲ ਕੋਟ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਚਿੱਠੀ ਵੀ ਲਿਖਦੇ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਚੋਂ ਪਰਚੀਆਂ ਜੀਆਂ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਲਿਖ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਸੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਵੀ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਬਾਣੀ ਤੇ ਉਹੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਰੋਜ਼ ਆ ਭਾਈ ਵੀ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਨੇ ਬਟ ਜਿੰਨੀ ਦੇਰ ਤੱਕ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਤਕਲੀਫ ਨਹੀਂ ਨਾ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਉਨੀ ਦੇਰ ਤੱਕ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਸਮਝ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਕੰਡਾ ਚੁੱਭਦਾ ਨਾ ਉਦੋਂ ਪੀੜ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਜੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਕਹੋ ਵੀ ਉਹਦੇ ਕੰਡਾ ਚੁੱਭਿਆ you don't feel the pain You know, I mean, just not even witnessing, but hearing or knowing what my daughter went through has changed my perspective about. I mean, I didn't know there was so much abuse in the world. You know, we lived in India. ਉੱਥੇ ਫੌਜੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਅਲੱਗ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ, ਪਿੱਛੇ ਸਰਵੈਂਟ ਕੁਆਟਰ ਬਣੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ कि वो धोबी ने अपनी बीवी को पीट दिया आज, यू नो, मतलब वी थॉट के नौकरां ने उत्थे मार कुटाई होती है, बट इट इज नथिंग टू विद एजुकेशनल लेवल और फाइनेंशियल लेवल, so nothing. It's all matter of control and anger management.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, ਹੁਣ ਲੇਡੀ ਫਰਸਟ੍ਰੇਟ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਬੱਚਾ ਕੁੱਟ ਦਿੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਤੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਦੇ ਤੇ ਮਾਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦੀ ਚਪੇੜ, ਬਟ ਉਹ ਬੱਚੇ ਦੇ ਵਿਚਾਰੇ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੀ.
But it's like you know, you're proliferating the cycle.
It's a cycle, you know. So these are the things you teach your children right from the beginning. You know, you have to be independent. You know, when I see all these young people not wanting to get married, they're so fearful of what they are seeing.
Yeah, there's a reason.
And they become financially independent.
Yeah, that they don't need to be in a partnership like that. Yeah. Well, Parminder
Ji, it's a free world now.
Once again, I'm so thankful for your time.
Well, I'm so, you know, Gurjant came and said, nahi ji, to karna hai. He actually wanted to meet with Harmeet, and Harmeet has just joined the government. She's so particular about not even getting a picture taken with him, with her, that little caricature he's made, because she says, you know, there's so many rules. I don't want to get into a situation where
of course, absolutely.
We have the whole, you know.
It's a very interesting time, so no doubt. But surely...
It's, you know, what I tell people, there are two parties. We as a minority belong in both parties.
Right.
No one is right or wrong. It's a different ideology. But when our presence needs to be there everywhere.
Yeah. Representation.
Yes, everywhere.
Across the board.
Because we can't just sit at home and अपने drawing rooms back criticize नहीं कर सकते. कुछ get up and do something.
Get up and do something.
Yeah.
I like that line. And with that, we wrap up this wonderful exclusive conversation with Parminder Kaur Dhillon Ji, a unsung hero of
Thank you.
Parminder Ji. Thank you so much.